Well, welcome back to the Data Obsessed Fat Guy. I'm just getting us all caught up on all the days I missed this week. I am getting back on a regular upload schedule. Expect to see another video, actually two tomorrow, to cover, all the normal standard vitals from, tomorrow that I'm going to take in the morning, plus the food that I ate today. And then another video just helping to bridge this all, mainly to talk about what April was all about. What I gained, what I lost. I'm not going to spend as much time as I normally do spend on these, and I'm sorry, the editing isn't going to be as good, or at least not as focused as it normally is. I'm just going to go over just what's been happening here, maybe make a few extra comments and move on. So from this is the 26th. So even though technically I covered the 26th before, the way that this usually works out is that I cover what I ate the day before, and then we look at the vitals that I take in the morning after to try to determine, what kind of effect it had, or at least to look at these things in a way in which I view them as being cause and effect. You ate and you moved this way the day before, therefore this is what you get when you wake up the next morning. So that's what we're looking at here. And normally this app that I'm using is called Chronometer. It syncs data with almost everything else that I use. So I normally remove that data from this and only have us look at the food here, but I just really wanted to get this on here. But yeah, as you see, I pretty much had another corned beef skillet on the 26th and had quite a bit of fun at McDonald's and just eating a lot of other food. It's pretty much binge city. The last few days have pretty much been binge city, as you'll see here. I'm going to interject to show the blood pressure reading that I got the day after eating that. So while I was overeating, I was able to calm down and just get a decent blood pressure reading, and I like that. Look at that, 134/88. So let's see, will I be as lucky after the 27th? So following day, same day I took the last set of vitals, ate all of this food from Popeyes. I got a coupon within the app, and it was a hot mess. I actually planned to eat more food than this, but the location I sent the order to did not have it. And then it screwed up my order, and it made me a little angry, but yeah, I got what I got. At least I got to stop the ice cream truck. That's where I got the ice cream from. I just took a guess at that butterscotch down there being what I got from the ice cream truck, because I did ask for a butterscotch. As you notice here, I did not get the readings every day. So there are some days here where I took my weight. Yay, 331.4, but I forgot to take it on other days. And some days where I got blood pressure readings, but I did not get my weight. So moving on to the next day. Woke up at 331.84. I'm sorry, I just saw it. And I still ate quite a bit. I ate a ridiculous amount, as you see here. I actually went and got some Chinese food. And the funny part is, on this day that I ate the Chinese food, I was actually going to upload again that day and keep it rolling. But I overstuffed myself, and I did not feel good after eating. And then the day after, I was just sick and had the runs. I have not eaten this badly in a while. I don't think the Chinese food was prepared poorly, because everybody else that ate from there, they did not get sick like I did. And we had quite a few of the same items that we ordered from there together. So I think it was just a complete rejection of my body going, you don't eat this crap. You don't eat this really poorly made crap. I mean, the soup tasted great. It actually was not wonton soup. Everything else you see on here is accurate. It was this soup that I cannot remember the name of now, but I could not find a proper analog for it in this app. If I find it again later, I'll let you know. It tasted great. Everything else is just kind of meh. That was a ridiculous amount of sweet and sour chicken. And I think the calorie count's actually higher because you have to dip it into sweet and sour sauce yourself. Maybe that one entry there includes that, but it was just a lot of fried chicken. And it's just, everything tasted great, but my stomach was just forget you Dale. As you see, I ballooned up over 2 pounds the next day in the morning. Woohoo, you eat a lot, that's what happens to you. And as you see, I didn't get blood pressure from that day. I was so inconsistent this week. And not just on getting measurements, not just on eating, but just everything. Some days I felt great, some days I didn't. But every time I felt great on a day and I started to make a video, I just lost the energy throughout the day, and it did not happen. Like, as you see, I ate much better on the 29th. Best day this week, period. But, what was that? That was basically my adult lunchable with a ginger beer, a lot of water. And yeah, I'm going to make some more of my pickles soon. And I ended the day with some candy. And it's just, Swedish fish, 10 pieces. That really bumped me up in the calories. It helped knock me over for net carbs. Could have had a much better day if I had just went without the candy, but I purposely sought it out. I really wanted something sweet to help me out there. I was just craving and aching for it, and I ran for it. It didn't do me any favors with my blood pressure. Higher than the other days, but not as high as it's ever been, or as high as it could have been. As you see, it's still in high blood pressure stage 1. That's great, but right now I'm not in stage 1 anymore, unfortunately. Did lose quite a bit of weight, but this is mostly just me, my body. It feels like my body just dumped out all that Chinese food and quite a bit of the other junk food that I've been eating throughout the week. So I definitely gained weight overall if you pay attention to how the fat mass, muscle mass, and bone mass are together. But I dumped a lot of the extra food. There's only so much your body can put away, so there was just a bunch of just sludge sitting in me, and I just dumped it all out. And you think that after dumping it all out, I would take it easy, but no. You see, I'm over 4,000 calories again. Oh, those honey butter chicken biscuits were great at Wendy's. They taste so good. I love them. It's been a while since I had them. I actually wanted to try out their oatmeal bar. I have not had an oatmeal bar from Wendy's ever. I've been trying off and on for this entire year to get them, and they are never in stock. Never. Today they offered me, oatmeal. Well, not today, but technically yesterday they offered me, the cookies as a replacement for it, and I took them. There was a major calorie difference between them. I think it's about a 400 calorie difference between them, since they gave me 2 cookies versus the 1 oatmeal bar. I was trying to be a little good because I was going a little crazy with the chicken, biscuits, but nope, that did not help. And none of the stuff from fast food restaurants that I'm seeing here is actually filling. Unless it's a soup, it just makes me hungry and wants more. So it's like, this food is perfectly set up for capitalism, perfectly set up for business. They just go, yep, we are going to give you something without true substance that would get you to keep eating more and more. I've wasted so much money on this. I think I wasted somewhere between like $80 to $100 something on fast food this whole week, and it's just, I normally would not do this, but I just did not feel up for cooking most days or assembling my food most days. And as you see, on a day like on the 30th, when I do it, I still end up getting trash. Started the day off with trash, and I ended the day just very unnecessarily. I went into the Domino's Pizza website, signed into it. I had to go through hell to sign into it because apparently someone had been trying to log into my account before and they couldn't get in. I had to reset my password, get in, and I went through and I ordered pizza, brownies, lava crunch cake, and a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I wasn't even hungry when I did this. This was just me just giving in to just, Fat Dale, just doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. I have not eaten like this since I lived downtown. I've had plenty of bad days over the past few years, but this was just on a whole other level. This was just me trying to lean over a decade ago, basically. Just going, just get it just because you want it. And as you see there, I went to make popcorn and ate it, and once I finished eating it, I didn't eat everything I ordered. I ate half of some things, just a small amount of others. I finished the rest of it today for breakfast, but this was not good. And that's pretty much the running theme here. I wasn't choosing to not upload because I was doing bad. As you see there are some days where I definitely did much better than I did yesterday and today. I just simply did not have the energy, or I kept forcing myself to lose it. I am just so behind on everything. Shoot, it's laundry day. I'm not even wearing what I would normally wear right now. And this is what happens after you eat all the pizza and crap. So, you see, I just been bouncing back and forth between 331 and 333. So it's not bad. I said earlier in the week I was not going to go over 334. I woke up each day thinking I was at like 336, 337 somehow. But it looks like I at least kept that one thing there. Like, I knew I was going to be eating trashy this week, but I still managed to stay under 334. So this is sort of a win. I could honestly done much better. I just purposely chose not to do so. That goes into a bit of my beliefs as a Christian, where you sin. Each sin is equal, no matter how small or big you believe it is. It all falls short of, God's glory. So it's hard to fault other people, or just saying you're going to go to hell or something for a sin that you see them obviously doing when you're doing it yourself. It's all equal. You're either doing good or you're not. You can't fault someone for, acting on their homosexuality or doing something else when you're doing other things yourself. Nothing is greater. The only people that see things as being greater or lesser than anything else are people. And, if you believe as I believe, or at least you look at what I believe, you see that people's opinions don't matter. Our opinions really don't matter when it comes to the subject of sin. We don't get to judge. And so with this, this is just me going, I wrecked myself this week. Just straight honestly, I did bad. I did poorly, and I knew I was going to do poorly, and I chose to do poorly. And sin at its very essence is choosing to do wrong. We have the ability to not do wrong, just period. Now, do I believe I'm going to go to hell because I just gorged on my food this week? No. What I believe here is just, it was a complete analog, forgot the exact word for it, but it pretty much matches how you choose to sin versus choosing not to sin. I chose to absolutely do some things I knew were wrong. I had the knowledge, I had the will to not do so. I chose to do it. I gave in, lived through it, and I'm going to deal with it. But it was a choice that I made. This is something that I purposely chose to do, and something I have to deal with. But I am going to do better moving forward. All of these steps are completely incidental. Didn't do grocery shopping, didn't do much. This is just me walking around my home, or walking from the house to the car, or to drive to a restaurant. Aiden had a doctor's appointment this week. Nadine had a dentist appointment. So I sat in the car quite a bit. I did not get out, walk, or do anything. I was just pretty much like a fat marshmallow man, just eating, consuming, laying down, watching TV. I handled other responsibilities, but it was nothing too special, nothing too major. And look, it's not a surprise at all. Ketones at 0. I may honestly just stop tracking ketones for a while because I know they're going to be trash for a while. But, oh no, it's really easy to do. I can do it for months on end based on the device that I have here. Like, yeah, I should wake up and do it every day, but it feels like a waste when I know I'm not burning. And I know I probably won't be burning. So I might stop just recording this for a while and just taking on days where I believe I'm burning, and we'll see if I'm right or wrong. Yeah, that's actually what I'm going to do. And look, I am using the Dario meter again. Amazon had a sale on getting the entry one again that comes with 25 strips. And even though I grossly overpaid for just the strips, I still got it for like $15. So it was a small enough amount of overall money for me to feel okay with doing this one more time. But overall, I know I'm getting ripped off. If I was using a regular glucose meter, the strips would be like $10 to get like 60 to 100 or so strips. So I'm just doing this for the convenience of being able to use my phone as part of the meter and just seeing the data like this. I really would love to just use my Keto Mojo again, but that is obscene. You pay $60. If you go through Amazon, you have to get ketone strips and the blood glucose strips in order to do anything. If you can buy the glucose strips for like $12 directly through their site, and you get 60 of them. And I could do that, but then you pay for the shipping separately, and it's just, you're paying close to $20 for it. And while that is a lot more than a Dario meter, I really hated the way that the Keto Mojo device synced. And I'm like, if I'm going to deal with that, it needs to be cheaper. It needs to be more, it needs to financially compensate for how inconvenient it is and for how much I don't like it personally. And it can't do that. So I did measurements today. Did not do them last week, but as you can see with me eating trash and being bingy, almost everything blew up. I mean, like 3 body parts, are lower in, their measurements. My left calf, right thigh, right bicep. And that's just, I consider that to just be pure luck or a miracle. I was expecting this to be a pure red meter here. Waist to hip ratio is actually exactly the same as the last time I did this, if I remember right. So, yeah, somehow up the same ratio, got bigger. So I evenly blew myself up. This should be correctable within like 1 to 3 weeks if I can get back on track right away. Overate again today. Wasn't with restaurant food. Technically I was, since I ate the rest of the Domino's this morning, but I ate a more normal meal later on. I love eating, my lamb chops and broccoli, and that's what I had later today. As well as a few bags of chips and other things. It's just, if I don't have the energy to cook or the will, I just don't do it. And it's such a simple and easy meal to make. I got other meals that I can make here too that wouldn't be so bad. I'm just so focused on that because I just love the way everything tastes, and it feels balanced. Nutritionally, at least for what my goals are. It's just all came down to will, and it's just, I know I just came off of having COVID. And it should be a little easier, but it's just, I still cook. I still get up and I will cook for Aiden. I will still prepare her meals. She still eats properly. And like, if I have the energy to make sure my kids eating properly, then I should be able to do so for myself too. To not do good for myself is kind of an issue. It's like, my kid needs to have a healthy parent here. And if I'm not being here, being healthy, then that's an issue for her over time, even if it's not a direct issue with her body. So that's something I have to look into, or at least pay more attention to. Yeah, so I still show myself front, sides, and back on video. That's because my feet aren't on. I smashed my toe earlier in the week, and it looks awful. It's pretty gnarly. That, and I just have not been taking very good care of myself. So I need to get caught back up on those things this week, so that I can feel confident when showing my feet on video. So, hey, you see everything else, but yeah, I'm looking at this now. I'm like, I can actually see where I'm blown up a bit now. And it's just, normally I don't even see any weight loss or gain, but I look a bit puffy. Like, ugh. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope to give you all higher quality videos again soon and to keep to an upload schedule. But I just want to say thank you all for your support and your time. God bless you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.